Hey guys, how's it going? Twice in one day, lucky you. No, I wanted to just make a quick video about menu planning because I haven't talked about this yet specifically, but it's something that I do, especially when I'm prepping food and I'm trying to stay on point with my containers. I personally do really well with planning out my food, the food that I plan on eating for the day. There are other ways to do it. Like there's a 21 Day Fix tracker app that tracks your food. I forget exactly the name of the app, but there's one that you can get and you can download, and it'll based on your calorie bracket, like you tell it what you weigh, and it calculates the calorie bracket, and then it whatever, you can track your containers as you go. The problem that I have found with that is that I wind up like I would eat so many of my containers that by the end of the day I would have like so few, and I would feel unprepared with that, right? So it's a little bit fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing, I think, but it helps you to be mindful. So if you don't quite get to this point where I am, that's a good place to start, at least, to track your containers. So you really want to be tracking your containers, right? Like knowing how many you get in the day and then tracking them, and know what you have left, what have you. For me, I like to write out my menu for the day. Now, there are some people that plan out 3 days in advance. There are people that plan out an entire week in advance, right? And do it in a spreadsheet. And I've done that a couple of times, but I have to be honest, it doesn't work for me because I would have to prepare so much food to last me an entire week and there's no way to know. Like, for example, if I have peppers in my house, they go like hotcakes, so I'd have to get more peppers. It's just, I pretty much can prep enough food that lasts me anywhere from 3 to 4 days, and then I have to make more food. So for me, what I like to do is I like to have food prepared in my fridge, and then I make daily menus at the beginning of each day. And that helps me to stay on track with my food. That's the best thing that I can do for myself when I really want to stay on track with my meal plan. So here's 2 days worth of menus that I made up for myself. And if you notice, what I did was I wrote everything down and then I color coded it. Now, based on my meal plan that I'm following right now with 22-minute hardcore, I get 2 fruits, 3 veggies, 5 proteins, 3 carbs. I get 1 blue, 1 orange, just like everybody, and then I get 4 teaspoons of healthy fat. Now, I make these funny little symbols for teaspoons. So see my teaspoons, and you see that I marked 3 purples, but I just did a few blueberries. Excuse me, I'm giving you guys a finger. Just a little bit of blueberries in my salad today. So, and I have eaten all my food for the day. The only thing I do have left over, gratefully, and I'm excited about this, is I do have 2 teaspoons. You know what? I'm going to eat 2 teaspoons of yummy natural peanut butter later when I am sort of grazing. And I don't like to necessarily graze, but sometimes I just need that. So anyway, and it's good, and then I know what I have planned to eat. And this is, again, based on what I have already on hand. Right? And, I don't always do this, but gratefully I know the meal plan well enough that I know what I can eat during the day. But when you're just starting out, with the meal plan, it's really, really important for you to think out at least 1 day in advance based on what you have available. Or say, for example, you're going to be traveling, or you're going to be going out to dinner or going out to lunch. Just have an idea of how many containers you're going to be using in that meal, and how that fits in within your day. So just thought I would share that with you. Menu planning is definitely not my strongest suit, but that is something that works for me. And again, I sit down at the beginning of the day and I write down what I'm going to eat for the day, and then I post it. I actually pin it in my kitchen so that I can then look at it and see. And I actually even time it so that I'm making sure I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours and not letting myself get too hungry. That's a real good way of doing things. So that's how I make it work for me. And hopefully that was helpful for you guys. All right. Of course, if you have any questions regarding the meal plan or anything that I do when it comes to When it comes to any of this stuff, of course you can ask me, but especially comment below if you have any questions as it relates to the meal plan and planning out your menu. All right. Hope you guys are having a good night. Bye.